5 things me and my mom stopped doing to lose 240 pounds combined. Number 1, snacking and meals throughout the day. It's better to just have 3 meals a day or eat small portions throughout the day, but doing both led us to gain weight, not lose. So sometimes we decided to switch it up. Sometimes we do a little portions throughout the day and that made us feel great. Sometimes we do the opposite. We just have 3 meals a day and we always stop eating between a certain time. And that really helped us lose the weight and keep it off.
And sometimes you were really hungry and it was like a really big curiosity, like why are you ravenous all the time? And I think that's a really worthy exploration. If you're feeling like you're hungry all the time and you're really starving in between meals and you're snacking a lot, it's something to get curious about. You may need to heal your gut microbiome. You may be eating a lot of processed foods and find that there's this pathway in your body. It's hormonally based, it's neurologically based, so it's in your brain, it's in your hormones. There are things in your body that might be needing repair and healing. And so it's important to pay close attention. If you're feeling hungry in between meals, you're snacking a lot, you may not be able to lose the weight as easily. Number 2, eating late. This is a huge one. Oftentimes we find that people who are calling us for help with weight loss aren't eating until after 6 p.m. because that's their first meal of the day. They're just so busy. I am here to tell you firsthand that eating throughout the day, especially your largest meal at midday, if it's possible, or earlier in the day, will help you catapult your weight loss goals. I can say from 100% confidence that there's something that's bigger than just intermittent fasting. I have a lot of experience in a number of different healing diets, and there's something about the time of day and when you finish eating that is so critical for your body to do its repair work at night, and eating late is one way we can sabotage our weight loss goals.
Number 3, processed foods. I used to eat a ton of sugar-free, low-calorie foods when I was on my weight loss journey, and I thought that I was doing myself a favor. But then when I stepped on the scale every week, I noticed that it was going up or it was plateauing, and I was confused why, and it was because processed foods have chemicals in it. And you may think things are sugar-free. It doesn't matter because sucralose and aspartame are shown to still have insulin response. They're just fake insulin response, but it's still insulin response. So your body still stores the fat and your blood sugar still rises. So don't fall for the lies and gimmicks that sucralose and aspartame and those sugar-free advertisements may lead you to believe.
Almost all processed foods that are remotely affordable have unhealthy salts, unhealthy fats, and unhealthy sugars in them. And it's really because the food companies don't have your health in mind. They have their bottom line. So I don't blame them per se, but just don't fall prey to their marketing gimmicks and empower yourself with the ability to make healthy foods that taste great. Your life literally depends on it, and so do your weight loss goals. Number 4, binge eating. Of course, that's pretty obvious that if you're binge eating, you may not be losing weight, but there's a caveat. See, if you're binge eating pasta or you're binge eating pizza or French fries, that kind of food is just going to make you want more food. It shifts your brain and your neurology into the addictive brain. It's also not feeding your gut microbiome with good fiber that good bacteria can grow on, which helps your brain readjust. So a binge eating disorder is real. I'm not going to deny that. It's a thing. And I know Penelope has suffered with that a lot. I know I have suffered with that a lot. So we understand firsthand. But one thing that we also love is that feeling of being full. And you might also really relate to that. It might even be uncomfortable when you eat too much. But for example, if you find new ways to make the foods that you love out of vegetables that are packed full of healing phytonutrients that completely restore the pathways in your body, your neurology, your brain, your taste buds, and in our program, you can learn a lot more about this. We educate you extensively on how to do it. You'll still get that feeling of fullness, but your body will be healing itself and losing the weight.
Number 5, laying in bed and on the couch. When I was 320 pounds, I laid in the bed and the couch all the time, and I didn't even like going outside. I was like, what's the point? But I realized when you get out of bed, you make it and you stay out of it all day long until you go to sleep, and that's it, because the bed's only for sleeping. I didn't know that. I truly thought that being in bed was normal. And then I went outside and I was like, nobody else is in bed right now. They're on walks, hikes, grocery shopping, working, doing something. And when I was in bed, all I would think about is food, because I was hungry all day, because I was thinking about food and I had a food addiction. So in order to break the food addiction and the binging cycle, you have to find things you love doing other than laying in bed and being lazy and being sucked on your phone, which is actually why I deleted social media for a few years, because I needed to get out of my head, get out of bed, and get off of my phone in order to get grounded into the dirt and literally literally just go outside and get sun on my skin. And now it's something I prioritize every day so that I don't spend time in bed, so that I don't stay on the couch. I make my bed and I stay out of it, and that's my rule.
Well, you know that analogy, you make your bed and you lie in it, right? This is kind of an interesting one because it's like, how did you get that idea in your head that you should lay in bed? Like, it wasn't like I was laying in bed or your dad is laying in bed or anyone else in our lives. So like, how did you get the idea that that's like what you should do, or that was okay to do that?
I just got really depressed and lazy, and like I just wanted to not do anything. And like it to be honest, yeah, life is easier in bed. You don't have to do anything. You have no responsibilities. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to move your body. But to me now, laying in bed is boring, and I'm like, I want to get some sun on my skin. Like, it doesn't feel right unless I'm going to sleep.
I know a lot of moms out there are struggling with their daughters and sons who are stuck in their room in the dark, playing video games or on the couch or in bed. There's never been a time that I can remember or that I've read is historically true that young people are more obese and more sedentary than ever. And you were the test generation for what cell phones would do. And we had now seen the results, and obesity levels are staggering for young people. That's why these drugs apparently are now approved for kids as young as 12, which is concerning, but that's another topic for another time. But I think this whole bed thing is an issue because I've heard a lot of moms reach out to me and say, how do I get my daughter out of bed? How did you get Penelope out of bed? Because I know I used to come into your room every day and I would literally rip open, somewhat aggressively, the curtains because it was a sunny day. And I'm like, being in bed is only if you're sick. Get out of bed. Go do anything else but be in bed. And you were like, Mom, you can't forbid me to be in my own room. And I'm like, that's a good point. I can't.
I remember being so mad at you. I was like, can you just like go away?
Yeah. You would
Can you just like get out of my room? I would yell at you.
You'd like throw things at me, like bury your head in the pillows. But your story is not unique, and neither is mine. And I was desperate for years to get you out of bed, and it felt like it was impossible. I couldn't motivate you. I couldn't bribe you. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't think of any idea that was exciting enough to have you get out of bed or want to be out of bed more than being in bed. It's very real. So what was it that finally got you out of bed? I mean, really? Like, think back to the day when you were like stubbornly unwilling to get out of bed.
But the phone had a lot to do with it. It was really the phone that was making me stay in bed, because you just get like addicted to scrolling, and then you get into like the scroll mindset and you just stay on the phone the whole time.
Okay, I get that, but what changed you from like, this is boring, this is stupid, like I don't, this is
Because
not,
there's like a
not who I
whole
am.
world out there. There's a whole beautiful world out there that I wanted to be a part of.
But you were terrified of it. You had social anxiety.
But you asked me what got me out. That's what got me out.
You got curious.
I got curious, and I got
Ready.
bored.
Yeah, and you got ready. You were like, I'm ready to like, you had to be ready.
I was excited to like take responsibility and like to bake new things and cook new things and like move my body and like be excited about clothes and like, like those were things I couldn't be excited about because I was fat and ugly.
But you had friends around you also that also wanted to be in bed.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
That helped a lot.
And I stopped being friends with them.
Yeah.
So
you had to cancel social media, break up with all your friends and boyfriend. You had to like do all the things in order to like get back to who you truly are at your core.
Mm-hmm. That's true. All those things are true.
It's pretty big. So if you are struggling,
and fall in love with self-improvement. I had to fall in love with self-improvement. And seeing myself improve every single day, that was what got me excited to wake up tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait to be better tomorrow. And it's what wakes me up today and tomorrow and yesterday and every day.
yeah.
I'm obsessed with improving myself in every way I possibly can. Like, absolutely obsessed.
And that's not from self-hate, just to be
No,
clear with our audience. It's from a true desire to become who you are.
Because I was so lost for so long that now I have this drive to just become better and better. Not because I hate myself, actually because I love myself so much. I want to be my own best friend. And the best way I can be my own best friend is to push myself to do great things.
Yeah, and that's not, you're not pushing yourself from aggression, which is really different than pushing yourself from like love. I know I can do this. I got this. And your relationship to that which is unknown. Like, it's shifted from terrifyingly paralyzed to exciting and interesting and like, curious. So there's these really deep nuances that I'm bringing up, Penelope, because they're a huge part of how you made traction in your weight loss journey. What did you stop doing in order to lose weight? Whether it's now or in the past, I'd love to hear about it. We'd love to hear about it. So please comment below. If you want to learn more feel free to click in the link in the description so that we can schedule a call with you. You can watch one of our webinars. You can learn more about our program because honestly, you definitely need to stop doing things to lose weight, because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same results. So what are you going to change? What step are you going to take today? Schedule some time with us. We'd love to talk to you about it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.